All right, I'm here at ACL 2016 with Jimmy and Tom from Bob Moses. How you guys doing?
We're great, man. Thanks for having us.
So last time I saw you guys, I saw you twice actually at Coachella. I saw your regular set, and then when everyone else was at Calvin Harris, me and my crew were at the Do Lab with you guys, and
that was fun.
It was amazing.
Coachella was the first time we ever played with a drummer. It started being shrouded in mystery there. That was a well-timed win, Gus. Good job, Gus. Yeah, that was the first time we ever played with a drummer, so it was pretty sweet to do the normal set and then go play the Do Lab thing, which is like a whole Burning Man crew sort of thing. And like that's good for us because playing at Robot Heart in 2013 was sort of one of the things that really like launched us as far as like the underground dance scene is concerned and really got us touring heavily. So it was a blast to be able to do sort of both iterations and do the first show with a drummer and the last show of Coachella with just like the stripped back setup. So
you played Ellen recently, right?
We did do the Ellen DeGeneres
Did you dance?
show.
Did she break out some dance moves?
You know what? I was too busy trying not to mess up to bother to look whether she was dancing on the couch. You know, I hope so. I think I saw a few head bobs.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice. So I know your backstory is you guys went to high school together, but you weren't making music at the time, and then you guys moved out to New York separately, and then kind of ran into each other. Like, talk about that, about how the universe almost keeps telling you, okay, you guys need to be doing something.
Well, you said it. We grew up in Vancouver. Like, Jimmy was the other music guy. We were both kind of like doing our own thing and really into it, and playing a lot. Like we shared an art class, and we'd like both show up on a Thursday because we'd been out with our fake IDs at clubs playing the night before and stuff, and then we moved to New York separately, and we ran into each other. We had studio spaces for like almost a year, like just across this parking lot from each other, and we ran into each other walking to the subway one day. We caught up, and that led to a studio session. Then immediately it was just like chemistry. Since then, it's just been like one happy accident after another. We kind of like if we've ever come up against any walls, even just like finding our name, Bob Moses. Like the first show we ever played together, we had been working together about 8 or 9 months, and we had done a few features with this other sort of collective in New York, and we played at this legendary underground place called the Marcy Hotel, which wasn't a hotel, it was just this like illegal rave spot. And we played these collaborations we had done with these other guys at like 4 a.m, and the whole place went crazy. And like we were walking home at 6 a.m, and the sun's rising, and we just kind of realized that everything we had wanted was sort of right in front of us. We had a name, we had a cool collective in the scene we were running in, we had a label that wanted to put out our first music. It's kind of like if we've ever gotten to a point of not really knowing what to do, something's happened, and we've been lucky, and like the way has been shown, so to speak.
Can you talk a little bit about the New York scene, the dance rock scene? I think what you guys do is so cool that it's electronic music, but it's got soul to it.
New York's really cool in the sense that like it's very accepting of being different. And like Tom was mentioning, we basically came out of this like illegal warehouse scene that was very deep and minimal music that didn't have a lot of vocals. And we really loved the production style that these DJs were playing, and we would go to these they were essentially raves and like stay up all night and listen to amazing music. We basically, through like getting kind of with a crew over there, started writing vocal hooks over these beats. And we were kind of nervous in the beginning in the sense that we thought that like either people are going to think we're totally destroying this kind of music or they're going to like it. And luck people in New York ended up really liking it, and we started playing these same parties that we were going to, just to like, that's what we made the music for.
Yeah, it was just this really organic scene that was just sort of bubbling up at that time. Everybody was into this new thing, and they were willing to give like anybody who wanted to be part of it a chance. And I think we knew that we wanted to have a sound, and we knew we wanted to like find our own sort of voice, and
what do you describe that sound as? Is it do you guys not like play that game, or is it?
We've always just jokingly now kind of said it's like rock and roll meets techno, because when you start to talk to enough people and you start getting into the subgenres of stuff, they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah. So it's basically you have rock and roll and you have techno, and somewhere in between that spectrum is us. Yeah. But it's funny that you mentioned like the kind of support group, and we've been really lucky in the sense that we've received a lot of love from certain decisions that we've made, like Ellen DeGeneres. We were nervous when we got asked to do that, like, is this the right move? And when we did it, so many people from our scene were like, "That's so awesome that like Ellen picked you." Like they didn't see it as a like, "Oh my God, you guys are going and doing this big commercial sort of show stuff." It was like, "No, it's so awesome that the music that you make is getting recognized from people like that."
Sure.
And you know that, and we're so happy that anytime we've done those decisions, it's gotten that kind of reaction so far. Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about when I hear your music, I hear a blend of a bunch of stuff. So in terms of like what each of you bring to the band, maybe I can ask you first what Tom brings as a musician, and then maybe as a person, and then you do the same for Jimmy.
I mean, we're very similar and very different, and like the awesome thing is basically Tom is very good at everything I'm terrible at, and kind of vice versa. Tom's a really amazing singer and guitar player. And has a really good like musical theory knowledge, so he can like he's really able to see like if we have a song and we're kind of stuck, he's really good at like going like, okay, I know all these chords that we can try, or here's where we could go for a bridge or things like that, and that sets me off then coming up with ideas that I would have maybe never even thought were possible. And so we have this really cool yin and yang thing.
Jimmy, he's really great at getting to this like the simple core of an idea quickly, and he's really open-minded. He's a good all-around musician. He's got a great ear for detail, which is really great. But it's more like Jimmy said, like it's kind of like this weird back and forth thing we have, which is maybe not even so much a musical. I mean, it's a musical thing, but it's also blends into a personality thing. It's like. Sure. It's nice to kind of have somebody with which we kind of finish each other's creative sentences, so to speak.
When you do these gigs that are like 2, back-to-back weeks, what do you guys do in between?
Play a lot of shows.
Oh, okay. So you
pack
play
out our diary. We're going all around Texas, playing in Houston, Dallas, doing another show at Vulcan Gas Company here on Thursday. So there's no rest for the wicked, man. We live for the road.